It's me, Jason Louv, and my dog, Charlie, the secret chief, the head of the entire Western magical tradition. Just hanging out here at lovely Lake Travis in scenic Austin, Texas. Just wanted to do another quick video, just another thought came to me. The abdication of responsibility. Now, I'm gonna make an effort on this channel not to do the kind of political thing, mostly because I greatly, deeply dislike both sides of the current culture war. I just don't like either one of them, so I'm not really willing to take a side for either one. But I do want to talk about a kind of like meta-political analysis, like some of the deeper issues. You're not here for culture war stuff. There's a million places you can get that. There's a million podcasts you can listen to about that. You're here for something deeper. You're here for what's true, not the noise. The culture war is like the noise, the Qur'an-zonic noise, the madness, insanity of culture. You're not here for that. You're here for something deeper and something real. You know, which is why I've started kind of making videos out in nature, and talking about it, just to remind people of what is definitely real. Okay, you can spin yourself into a tizzy, but if you go outside, things are gonna look a lot better. So at a meta-political level, I wanna talk about the abdication of responsibility, because it's an option that both sides of the political spectrum are really pushing right now. And not just the political spectrum, but like the various tribes that people have kind of formed themselves into in the real world and online. You know, like the obvious example would be on the more right-wing side, you have incels and men's rights activists and the kind of red pill community who are saying, you know, your problems aren't your fault. It's all because of this ethnic group or because of women or because of this ideology or this group of people. That's abdication of responsibility. By the way, it's the exact opposite message of what young men do need to hear, which is they're in charge of their own life. On the other side, you have, you know, we barely need to touch on the more left-wing side of the spectrum, we have the perpetual kind of victim Olympics and the need to perpetually see the need of special interest groups to organize along lines of grievance and oppression in order to better lobby for grant money from the people who give non-government organizations grants, or to get better academic position, which is what has fueled a lot of that stuff. So this stuff is not just in the academy or in politics, though. It, of course, has now trickled all the way down to society because the internet has now allowed it. So there's no boundaries, there's no siloing in society anymore. What happens on college campuses affects everybody, right? So, we need to look at this as magical people, though, and be very, very, very careful. Very careful. Because wherever you look online, somebody is trying to enlist you right now, trying to drag you into their tribe, their group, their mimetic complex, their cult. And there's a lot of cults around right now, and they've changed form. It's not like a group that you join physically, although it can still be that. It can be an ideology that you buy into by dint of listening to podcasts or consuming YouTubes, that connect with a certain belief system or structure, just like in the way that my stuff is connected with the idea of magic, okay? There's a lot of that out there, and so it's really easy to get sucked into somebody else's script. And for somebody to replace your views with theirs. That's very, very, very dangerous, and it's the absolute counter to the magical viewpoint. The magical viewpoint is this. Your life is 100% your responsibility. 100%. Now this is you have to be careful because we're not talking about like slipping into victim blaming or something like that. But a good way to look at this is the phrase like we have in neurolinguistic programming, which is, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Okay, if you take one line from this video, it's that. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And that's what everyone in our culture needs to understand right now. Yes, there are infinite historical grievances, and yes, I'm a privileged white male, etc. And I am on stolen land, but I stole it fair and square, and you can't have it back, so, you know, it is what it is. Your life is 100% your responsibility, and that means taking 100% responsibility for the things that have gone wrong in your life. Now, those may have been completely external, right? Like, for instance, We didn't manifest everything that happened we didn't manifest COVID, right? That happened to us, okay? But it was something that we were all participating in and in which our reactions to that were under our control. To be a magician, to be a magical thinker is a devil's bargain, not in the sense that you sell your soul to the devil, but in the sense that you have to accept that you yourself are the devil of your own life. That doesn't mean that you're some type of demonic being or something like that. It just means that it was your fault, right? Or rather that it is your responsibility. It means that the things in your past are your responsibility. Now that sucks, okay? There's a reason that people don't do that. There's a reason that people will literally avoid that realization at any cost. And that's because it sucks. Because then, you can't point the finger and you can't get the negative feeling off yourself by putting it on someone else. It sucks. However, it leaves you empowered. It hurts to realize that some of the things all the things that have gone wrong in your life are related to your decisions, but it's empowering to realize that therefore, because you had power over them, because you've taken responsibility, you now have the ability to change it in the future. There's a very basic life lesson that a lot of people have forgotten, which as soon as you point the finger, you've lost, right? You're not a loser if you lose a game. You're not a loser if you lose. You're not a loser if something goes wrong. You're not a loser if you make a mistake or your plans don't work. You are a loser if you blame someone else. And there's a lot of that going on in our culture right now, across the political spectrum. You're a winner when you accept that when you accept that you have the power to change your behavior and your future in the face of adversity. You're a winner when you overcome adversity, even if you yourself have created the adversity, as many of us do. But you're a loser when you blame someone else. So the core of this message is, if you are a magical thinker, keep listening to only my content. The core of this is, if you're a magical thinker, then you really, really, really need to watch out right now. Don't get sucked into these online tribes, these ideological tribes. And again, it doesn't mean it can just be what you choose to scroll, okay? It can be that simple. Be very, very careful. Don't let go of the steering wheel of your life. Don't let go of the steering wheel of your life, whether it's to anyone, right? And that's my message. And that kind of is my last bit of dad advice. Always bet on yourself. If you have an option where you have lots of decisions and one lets you invest in yourself, always do that. Always bet on yourself instead of someone else. Join the cult of you. All right, that's going to be it for me. Make sure to like and subscribe and click the notifications bell because we're releasing content on Fridays. Lots of love. See you soon.